Hello everyone and welcome to Magic in Musing. My name is Candice, and if you're new to the space, welcome. And if you've been hanging around with me for a little bit, welcome back. We're doing something a little bit different today, exploring a deck today. So doing an honest review on a deck that I've had for a long time. Actually, I've had it twice. This is the second time I've bought it. The reason I bought it was for women's circles that I was having or hosting at the time. And it was a deck that I thought might help empower women. It was a feminine empowerment deck. So I thought it would be great for that chapter. I'm no longer running women's circles, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing them again. Either way, I no longer require this deck, and I've sat with it for a bit. I mean, I've had it twice, and I just have reflected on it for a bit, and I just feel that it's no longer in alignment with me. Not the messages itself or that sort of thing. I am a very visual person, and so I'm feeling into choosing decks that resonate with me on a visual level. And unfortunately, this is not one of them. So no, this is no reflection on the artist at all. It is just a personal preference is all. That is all. It's a beautiful deck. The messages are incredible. The women that were chosen to represent the characters in this is phenomenal. It's just a personal preference because I do tend to collect decks. I do have some decks, and there are more that I've seen that I'd like to explore. So, I like to keep my space clean. So I would like to have decks that I know I'm going to use all the time, and I have not used this in a very, very long time. Even though the messages are really significant and really powerful, I just don't find a use for it for myself anymore. So the deck in question is called the Divine Feminine Oracle by Megan Watterson. I'll just close the box and show you. The Divine Feminine Oracle by Megan Watterson. It's illustrated, or I should say the artwork is by Elizabeth Cheever Gesserman. It's 53 cards. So it says a 53 card deck and guidebook for embodying love. I've read through the guidebook and I do resonate with everything. However, as I said before, and this is no reflection on the artist. It's just a personal preference of mine. That's pretty much all it is. So the back says, where does it say? This Divine Feminine Oracle is an invitation to reclaim your power. It's a spiritual tool to hone your intuition. Working with it can be a sacred practice of remembering that you contain your own answers. You can drop into your heart, that cathedral of love inside you, and receive what is needed. And I do agree. It's a beautiful deck. The messages are really potent. But as I said, there are other decks that I'd love to explore and love to own. And if I have any more decks, I'll need to build a house with it. That was a joke. But legit, I think I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yeah, clearly over 20 decks here. So yeah, that I can see. So anyway, let's get on with it. So the guidebook itself is quite decent. It's quite thick. It's probably one of the thickest guidebooks, deck guidebooks that I own. And the messages are beautiful. I love everything that's said inside. The one thing that I will be honest about that did quite annoy me was the fact that it was not in alphabetical order. And so if you wanted to find one of these characters, you'd have to go into the contents or just flip through and try to find it. So that part did kind of irritate me a little bit, as do other decks that I own that are also not in alphabetical order. And I just assume that they were placed in that order for a reason. For example, let's see, I'll read you the introduction. It says, "Why these ladies of love? The Divine Feminine Oracle contains 53 saints, mystics, poets, priestesses, gender rebels, cross-dressers, trailblazers, and holy troublemakers who represent both divine beings and the human women who sought to embody them. So if, for example, I include the Hindu goddess Kali, my girl, and also the Hindu saint Anandamaya Ma, said to have been an incarnation of the goddess Kali as divine love." So I do wonder if they were placed in a position where they kind of were grouped together, which is great. I didn't read, I was trying to find that information in the guidebook itself and there wasn't any, so I just assumed that. I could be wrong. But anyway, so the messages itself, it'll tell you who the person is, or the goddess, or the saint. It'll tell you a little bit about who they are. And then it will tell you an explanation of when you pull the card. It also has a little bit of a soul meditation and intention as well, which I love. And it's quite clear and easy to read. You know, sometimes I've got some decks that I'm also pondering about that have explanations that go on for days. And, you know, when you're for what I'm doing here, when I do reads and things like that, a quick explanation is brilliant. When you have to go into long things and long practices, yeah, some people may be discouraged by that. Anything else you need to know? So as I said, overall, I love the deck itself. I think it's a beautiful deck. The messages are potent. There was something that I was going to say about this. The majority of the deck, the colors are very much feminine orientated. Like there's a lot of reds in here. I think there's only a couple of decks that have blues and greens in it. So that, you know, that was something that I noticed quite straight away. Also, the imagery, when you look at the eyes, they are quite potent. So I did like that as well. It's kind of like, wait, this one's naked, so I just have to be aware of YouTube. So yeah, I do like the imagery. I can appreciate the imagery. It does draw you in the eyes. It's like a canvas that comes to life in a way when you put it up close to the camera. But when I'm looking at it, it doesn't really speak to me personally. This is just a personal thing. So yeah, all of the eyes, I mean, look at the Black Madonna's eyes. Her eyes are like crazy, you know, it just pulls you in. So there's something definitely about the eyes there. Oh yeah, this one, I mean, phew, hectic. What was that? There was something else that wanted to be said. I did make notes. I don't know what the hell I've done with them. Yeah, so the artwork itself looks kind of watercolory, or I don't actually know how you would explain this, but the camera actually shows it off better, if I'm going to be quite honest. It brings out the contrast, whereas you know, when you look at it, it's quite subtle. It's I'm not like an artist or painter, so I wouldn't know how to describe it, but I love bold, and if you look at one of my other decks, I love like bold kind of, you know, imagery, thick lines and that sort of thing. And this just didn't represent that for me, and that's okay. Like, it's still a beautiful deck. It just didn't speak to me in that way. There was something else about this deck that, I don't know. Anyway, I might get into showing you the deck, how it shuffles, all of that. It is a good, yeah. Anyway, let me show you so you can see for yourself. Alrighty. Yep, cool. Right. So the cardstock is kind of like a matte feel. It's got this yoni egg at the back. I think that's in the description. Actually, it comes under cosmic egg. So yeah, it's not glossy, even though it might seem to be glossy on here. It's not. I'll show you how it shuffles. Yay, I get to show my shuffling. Because in my normal videos, I don't show the shuffling. So yeah, it is an awesome deck to shuffle. We can do this way as well. Seriously cool. I know some people shuffle this way. I don't really like it, as you can tell. But yeah, it's a pretty decent deck to shuffle. I do appreciate that about it. Decent thickness as well, not too bendy. Yeah, so it still hasn't come to mind about this deck. Anyway, doesn't matter. So I'll show you the cards on its own. Oh, yes. Okay, well, I'll leave that till the end. No, I'll tell you now. So one thing I did love about this deck, and sorry, some of them are upside down, so I'll just have to turn them around. The main thing I loved about this deck was the variety and representation of the archetypes. So, for example, you have Sarada Devi. So we've got, you know, Hindu priestesses and deities. We've got various, you know, representations of different cultures. We've got Egyptian here, Lady Sekhmet. You know what I mean? So I do absolutely love the diversity. We've got some Muslim imams here too. Actually, I don't know if imam is the right term, because that might be referring to male or masculine. We've got Kuan Yin here, who shows up in a lot of divine goddess or goddess type decks. So yeah, I love the diversity in culture. I like the diversity in the women as well. And we have Khadijah. So we've got Muslim representation, we've got Christian representation. So I love that. I've not, oh, and I've dropped it. I've not actually seen that in any other deck. There we go, Cosmic Egg. So this is one of the, I think this is the only green representation in this deck. I could be wrong. Look at me shaking. I may have to close her boobie because freaking YouTube, honestly. My girl Isis. Yep, I was just making sure she wasn't completely naked. My girl Kali. So there's that blue. I don't know, every time I open this deck up and I use it, then I'm like, oh, should I keep it? Shouldn't I keep it? But the fact remains, I don't. I mean, I probably, if I did keep it, it would be just for myself, my own readings. I wouldn't really use it to do reads because it doesn't really speak to me in that way, in terms of visual what I get out of it visually. All right, here we go. I need to close the boobies. Okay, that one's covered. Lilith. Love Lilith. I love that Lilith is here. This is another one, a reason this makes me second guess getting rid of this deck, because I love the fact that Lilith is in a freaking deck. She is probably one of the most misunderstood characters. I mean, look at this. Look at the eyes. It's just boom, you know? Lakshmi. Damn, now I'm questioning. Damn it. And then last but not least, awesome. So, yep, there you have it. That is the honest review of the Divine Feminine Oracle. Yeah, now I'm questioning. How about we pull a card and read the message? Let me first pick up the one that fell down. Let's see, maybe there's a message in there. Where is it? Oh, shit. It is Mary of Nazareth. Damn. Mary of Nazareth, Mother of God. Wow. That is a bit hectic. Okay, let's see. Let's pull out a card. Let's see what we get out of it. Okay. What do we need to see? Show you the shuffling that's going on here. Things wanting to come out. It's like you are not getting a message because you don't want to use me anymore. Blah. All right. We have Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. So the message, so this is where it gets real, right? This is where we need to look at the contents to find where she is. 30. Okay, I'm not going to read the entire thing. So I'll just skip to the message. When your soul selects her card, what is outside of us is also within us. Even if we have never experienced a mother's love, the true force of that loving protection exists within us, so we can give it to ourselves. When Saint Juan de Diego was concerned that the Archbishop would not believe him and was racing to meet Our Lady of Guadalupe, she suddenly appeared and said the most beloved phrase in the apparition story, a phrase that is inscribed on the entrance to her basilica. No estoy yo aquí que soy tu madre. Am I not here? Am I not here? I who am, why am I struggling to say that? Am I not here? I who am your mother. The energy of the mother's love can travel to meet you anywhere, whether within the world or within your heart. The message is that she is here. You are mothered. But the message is also to ask for what you need. Saint Juan Diego asked Our Lady of Guadalupe for a sign that proved her identity and existence. She gave him her image emblazoned inside his cloak, one that has been venerated and considered holy ever since because he asked for her assistance. Like, it does go on and on and on. No, it doesn't. Oh my God. Okay. We are ennobled with free will. The divine needs our assistance, our request for assistance in order to enter our lives. All we need to do is to assume the simplicity, the heart, the humility of a child and ask for a sign that she is here. We will be met with love more than we could ever imagine. And love is always the greatest and most powerful energy of protection. Then there's that soul meditation, which says, do I experience the love of a divine mother within me? And the intention is, I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. So there you have it. This shit show of a review. So yeah, you know, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you have this deck? Do you think I should keep it? Like, I don't know. I want to, but yeah, it's just not, it's not like lighting me up, unfortunately. I do appreciate and love the messages within them, but it's not a deck that I use at all anymore. I did pull for myself the other day, and prior to that, it's been a bloody while. So yeah, let me know what you think. Should I keep it? Should I, you know, rehome it? Do you have it? What are your thoughts? Have you contemplated it? You know, let me know below. Okay. I'm so tired right now. I'm gonna go sleep. All right. Thank you so much for watching my little review. I'll catch up with you in the next video. I think I'm gonna do the angel answers one next, because that one I've not used at all. It's not a deck I resonate with. I'm very happy to part with that. Okay, my darlings, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch up with you in the next video.